For most, university marks an important milestone for students. From their first experience of living away from home, to creating lifelong friendships, and to sampling what life has to offer outside of study time.
I expect it to be, fun, interesting.
Cameras exclusively followed students and staff from 8 universities as they journeyed through an unforgettable year of challenges, new experiences, and celebrations.
We graduated!
This is My Uni Life. This time on My Uni Life, we catch up with Mary Kate and the Maynooth University Ladies GAA team on the road to victory.
That was probably one of the toughest matches I've played in a long time.
We meet a tech innovator at UCD whose own life experience is helping change the lives of parents and carers.
We've worked with amazing families.
And we visit a University of Limerick sports scholar who is chasing both a sporting and academic dream.
I always wanted to be a jockey.
At University College Cork, it's the busiest time of the year for Therese and the rest of the Choral Society. And nerves are beginning to show ahead of their annual Christmas Carol performance.
We're having loads of emergency committee meetings. We're trying to do the final bits and pieces now, trying to put everything together. I think at the beginning of term I was doing a lot more society stuff than I was doing college stuff, but then assignments started rolling in, so I've had to not go to choir last week, and then you miss out on loads, which is really hard, but then you have to catch up on that. It's just kind of running around the whole time.
It's brilliant, I love it. You're coming from a small group in secondary school to being put into a college with 20,000 people. It's really daunting and kind of scary, but joining as many things as possible I think is just the best way to break the ice a small bit. It's really difficult to kind of get everyone together and for everyone to be singing in unison, but the conductors are really experienced and everyone is kind of willing to put in the effort so that we don't sound awful.
This gentleman's probably never heard this piece before, so diction, 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 diction.
I even met my husband through choir in this very room here next door, and so I've always either conducted choirs or sung in choirs. I absolutely love it. A lot of them now have never sung in a choir and they're coming along and they're going, Mother of God. I won't actually see them again until next Tuesday night, and Tuesday night will be in the Honan, and there'll be screeching and roaring and panic attacks and hysterics, let's say, and then we'll get everything sorted out for Wednesday night.
2, 3.
We've had great fun. We've had our moments of challenge and learning music, but now we're ready. Tickets are already well and truly sold out. So we're looking forward to the face-to-face atmosphere, the joy of singing in front of people, and then of course afterwards having a mince pie.
Later we'll be backstage with Therese at the Choral Society's biggest night of the year. One of the most important roles of Irish universities is to create research that positively impacts people's lives. Researchers such as UCD's Dr. Aviva Cohen are creators of innovative products and applications that benefit people with a range of complex medical conditions. Aviva's interest in her work has come from a deeply personal place.
Steve was the father of my children. He was my karate instructor for almost 20 years, and he was a warrior. And then in 2006, when our youngest girl was only 10 months old, he had a very severe stroke. It stole away his ability to think, his speech, and his mobility. He worked incredibly hard. He started being able to walk with a stick, which we were told was impossible, but he couldn't speak. So I started developing speech and language therapy apps, and he did learn 15 functional words, which was incredible. So I wanted to come up with something that allowed the individual who couldn't use words to still use their voice to be understood. And that was the inspiration behind Empathic App. Unfortunately, we lost Steve before the app was fully developed, so he never got to see it in the end. But I know he would have really enjoyed using it, and the fact that people could have really engaged with him more fully. I think he would have really liked that. So the app uses artificial intelligence. You record someone who's nonverbal for about 3 or 4 seconds. Then the app analyses their sound and tells you which emotion they're expressing. It's really easy to use. It's really designed for people who are not great at using technology and maybe new to technology. I want to make a recording. I press the big button that says record. After a few seconds, I stop recording. The artificial intelligence then analyses that voice and it comes up with, I'm feeling happy.
The Empathic app has already earned significant awards recognition.
The winner for Best Application of AI in Startup is Seamless Care.
It's quite emotional, I have to say. We've been working, testing Empathic, gathering samples to build it, and I've met probably hundreds of families, hundreds of individuals who are non-verbal and members of staff. And it's lovely to hear their stories of a person who had no interaction actually starting to want to interact more, or starting to want to vocalise more, or want to engage more.
Isabella and her mum Sam have both worked closely with Aviva in the research behind the Empathic app.
We do some music now. This is Isabella. She is going to be 12 next month. And Isabella has a rare neurological condition that only affects girls. So she has Aicardi syndrome. So basically from 12 weeks old, she's suffered seizures every day. She is legally blind. She's tube fed. She's very poor muscle tone, so she would need help from us in every aspect of her day. There's not anything that she can do unassisted. But she's a great girl, aren't you? And she's a very happy girl. She does make lots of different sounds, so we will know from her sounds, even from her body language, if she's happy, sad, in pain. Thankfully, a lot of it is happy and excitement. But obviously, as parents, we've had a long time to learn those cues, so not everybody will know or understand, how she is communicating. It's very hard to leave your child with somebody, even family, when they're this medically complex.
Yes, that is brilliant.
So if you can see, I have all her emotions recorded here and I can play back. So that's Isabella nice and happy. And if I scroll down, you can see I have loads of happy and excited. And then I have anxious ones then as well from when she's not feeling too good. So we notice the difference in the pitch of her voice. So I have everything there at my fingertips to show people then as well.
Aviva is meeting Isabella and Sam for a quick catch-up on the latest features of the app.
Isabella has been one of our very best testers.
Oh, there you go. I think being able to share the information, so the companion side of things, so, we can share it with nurses and carers, especially new people who are coming in to look after her, that they're able to, they know that the sounds are, okay, or if she's upset or anything like that.
There's also a little box that I'm sure you've
That's
been
right,
using.
Yeah.
It says other. Mm-hmm. So we have lots of people adding things like, they were hungry or thirsty or wanted my phone or just wanted my attention.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is, as we get more and more feedback from people, we're looking to build out the app so that it'll have the next set of 10, whatever the most popular things are: hungry, thirsty, attention.
That's fabulous.
All of those.
That's really good.
Yeah, over time it'll become more and more useful.
Excellent.
And we'll just keep adding those things.
Yeah. Aviva's not someone who's just developed something. She's come up with an idea. She's actually lived the experience of it. And that makes things just so much easier for her because she knows from the other side what somebody needs or what people need.
We've been really lucky. We've worked with amazing families and amazing service providers, and our co-researchers, who are the people who are non-verbal. And over years, they've been gathering sounds, vocalizations with us, and they've also been giving us feedback. So by talking to everyone who's involved, we've been able to make the app more useful and more honed in for what each person needs.
Over at Maynooth University, final year student Mary Kate has been studying psychology whilst playing inter-county football with Meath. as well as lining out for Maynooth University ladies team. She's just finished her exams and beginning to think of life after college. But before that, there's an important match to consider. It's a big night for the team who are playing Ulster University Jordanstown for a vital semi-final spot.
If we win today, we get straight through to the semi-final, which makes it a lot easier, so we don't have to play a third round game. So it would be great now today if we got the win. Trying to balance college training with county training, with studying, doing a thesis, it's a bit difficult at the minute. But look, communication between management's been really good and they've been really helpful to me. Football keeps me sane and keeps me concentrating on my academic work, so it's nice to have a good balance. As a captain, you want to be a leader and want to be encouraging, no giving out on the pitch. So I'd hope to pick anyone up that kind of falls or stumbles, I suppose, during the game, and drive the team on and get the win.
She makes an impact. She's good at getting the players that kind of would be shyer in themselves to come out. She's great at mixing everyone together. At the start of the year, we had a good few new kind of first years that were gelling in, and she settled them so much,
With the warm-up and team talk behind them, it's finally down to business on the pitch.
Well done, Maynooth.
There for moral support, Mary Kate's family cheer her on from the sidelines.
We're Mary Kate's #1 fans. She loves it, and so that takes half the pressure away. She lives for it.
First of all, we get up in the mornings and she wants rashers and French toast, and that's what she has. And I remember the morning of the All-Ireland, the first All-Ireland, she wanted her rashers and French toast, and I made it for her and no bother eating it, and I couldn't eat my breakfast. I was that nervous, and she wasn't a bit nervous. Look, come on,
Mary Kate has got some important news for her parents ahead of the game.
It's great, fair play to her. She managed to give us a quick phone call and tell us that she passed everything and even better, so we're absolutely delighted for her. She's the hardest on herself though. If she doesn't do something right, we don't have to tell her, she knows herself. Most of the time we would be trying to tell her, listen, look at all the other things you did right. That was just one thing you didn't do right. Look at all the other stuff.
Yeah, this morning she's all excited, and this means if they win tonight, they're into a semi-final, so it's a big match, and yeah, I think they'll do it.
It's 2 points to 1 at the moment to the away team, so it's early days. There's a bit of competition there, we're both Shannos old-style Irish dancers as well, so since she's turned 18 we've been competing against each other. People do slag her, telling her to leave one for her brother, she has enough All-Ireland, so that's always the crack, let me have something for a change. So.
As the game flows end to end, the result hangs in the balance.
1 point in it,
1 point, we're winning by 1 point.
And there's about 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes left, so it's kind of touch and go at the minute.
Oh my God, it doesn't get any easier.
Maynooth begin to pull away, but on the final whistle, it's relief all around.
So we have you to win?
No.
You don't have to. You're in straight in the semi-final. Yes.
Got the daddy in here too.
Get them out. I'm buzzing. I can't describe. I'm actually so proud of the team as well. It's just, we so deserve to go there and we're just so excited now. Oh, that was probably one of the toughest matches I've played in a long time. I actually saw my legs cramp up. I'm so excited. I've no voice for shouting.
Over on the University of Limerick campus, another sports scholar is weighing up his time as a student and as a sports person. Jockey Mark McDonough has spent the last 4 years studying accountancy.
So I was introduced to the scholarship last year. I get great training support, get you used to the gym, and there's a few other perks in it. It just means that they know there's a sports person in here that's taking their sport very seriously. You would kind of normally put being a sports scholar in Ireland down to GA or hurling or some sort of team, but from being a sports scholar in UL, I've noticed there's actually a lot of different sports. There's snooker, then you have your swimmers, rowers, everything. There's something like 40 different sports with scholarships. They recognise all sports, which is good, and it's confidence building for anyone in any sport.
Mark's horse racing DNA runs deep through the McDonagh family.
I always wanted to be a jockey. That was, you know, a dream of mine that I've, you know, I'm lucky to become a reality. Kind of all spurred from being at home around horses. My mother and father were always into horses. My granddad trains, he trains race horses. During the summer I was flying. I rode 9 winners in about 2 months and everything was going well, and then the injuries kind of all came up on top of me.
Mark is just back from injury and is happy to be back in the saddle.
In the last 12 months I've been out for 9 months with injury, so it has been tough now from the physical and the mental side. When you haven't been racing for a while, you know, somebody new is there, and when you're out injured, the horses don't take a break either, so somebody else has to ride the horse that you might be riding. So it's just about trying to get back on them horses then, because other people could have done a good job while you were out, and you know, it's not that easy just to slip back into where you were. It is a dangerous sport. The day you're worried about getting a fall, you might as well retire. I'm lucky that my family are involved in horses, they understand. You know, Mam's gotten much better. It's just kind of normally if I get a fall, it's a text. You know, I text Mam, I'm okay. She texts back, thumbs up, that's fine. We got in here at 7:30 this morning, and then normally I'd head into college then after this, but we're going to go to Nenagh today to gallop a few more horses. But I'll get into college then this evening, get a bit of study done and a few tutorials, and I'll be rocking on into the gym then after that. You'd sleep well at the end of my days anyway. When I'm around horses, when I'm involved in horses, my mind just thinks about horses. It's a great distraction away from life, from college, personal life, everything. Once you're on a horse, you're just thinking about that. I'm extremely excited to be back racing. It only kind of hit me this morning. You know, I was driving my car from riding out and I was kind of like, I'm back.
Later in the series, we go racing with Mark, who gets the chance to win on his grandfather's horse, and we'll see where he was placed in the race for his final year exams. Back at UCC, it's showtime for Therese and the university's choir. After months of preparation and rehearsals, the doors are open and the show is about to start.
I'm quite nervous at the moment. Everything is happening now. A few things did go mishap during the day that is just a bit annoying, but it's fine and we'll get through it. There's some stuff that we probably could have practiced more and we haven't done yet, but it will be fine. I'm looking forward to it because once we start going, you can't stop, so everything will get done.
Therese's family are in the audience and are looking forward to the night ahead.
My mom is a teacher and my dad retired because he got diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's disease. He's had Parkinson's for 11-ish years now, and you definitely can see the changes from then to now. He's at home most of the time now. I know my mom has gone down to job sharing just to be able to look after him more. But he's doing well. He's keeping in good spirits. There's always challenges when it comes to it because it is like a progressive disease. But I think all things considered, even compared to a few years ago to now, he's definitely much more steady. When I suppose things got hard, my mom was like, well, we always have music.
I'm used to performing, but I was unusually nervous. I'm definitely going to continue with the choir in UCC for as long as I can, and when I leave UCC I'm going to go on and find a new choir because I think there's a great community in a choir and the repertoire is so different to anything that you'd sing otherwise.
Every year for Carls by Candlelight we always pick a charity, and I knew when I was chairperson I would have a bit of leeway and I could try to see if I could raise money for someone who, for an organisation that personally helps me and my family.
So tonight we are raising money for EOPD.ie. I'm sure everyone is aware of Michael J. Fox and how he was diagnosed with Parkinson's at age 29. That is something that my dad and Michael J. Fox have in common. Though my dad was 47 when he was diagnosed with Parkinson's, they both have early onset Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease usually affects people over 60, but 5 to 10% of people who develop symptoms do so before the age of 50. There was meant to be buckets and a card machine tonight, but guess who forgot to collect them? I did. But there is a link in our bio on Instagram if you would like to click that and donate to early onset Parkinson's. We like validation, so thanks for clapping. It's really good.
It's really important to make, I think, big memories while you're at college. Making friends through the society and the committee has been amazing to me and other people.
Very proud of you, Faye.
Thank you.
I'm delighted, yeah, and that she's happy with it, because I was afraid maybe she'd get overwhelmed with it all coming up. But no, I'm delighted with Will tonight now, it's lovely.
I think it has been quite emotional, and I suppose everything builds up and then you kind of get to the day and it all kind of overflows a little bit, but it might have, before the night started, I think it overflowed in a bad way, but then towards the end of the night it overflowed in a good way, and it was happy tears now rather than stressed tears, so yeah. Tomorrow I'll be up early in the library because exams are still happening, and then when that exam is over I'll be going for a very nice dinner and coming back here to do it all again.
Next time on My Uni Life. Archivist Niamh Ní Chara is in Mayo to help showcase Mary Robinson's landmark archive.
I love the girl power now of young climate activists.
We return to the design students who are helping create an important space for a Dublin inner city community.
Throughout the year I was kind of thinking oh my gosh, this is really hard, what if I can't do this?
We are at the Irish Indoor Championships with the family of sports scholarship student Dara McElhenney as he continues on his Olympic journey.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Yeah, have to get yourself ready for it.
And we visit the world's oldest university debating society, which is still going strong some 250 years on.
I was extremely nervous. I was shaking there the whole thing.